Hi there, it's Tim with Far North Magic, and I was looking around at some of the websites for stores, and I saw that a couple of them were starting their Black Friday stuff sales, and generally check out the Commander decks as one of the first things because you can get a lot of value packed in some of these decks that nobody likes. Um, and ended up seeing that there was five that were getting really blown out, more than I kind of thought they would. Because I kind of expected the lowest decks to be like $25. Because most of them, like, you can just spare parts out enough stuff to get easy over $25. Um, Even sometimes in the more desirable cards, or even over dollar cards, not just all the 25 and 50-cent bulk cards. So I ended up doing a quick look at. I end up like looking up the deck list to see what's in the decks, and kind of just check the goldfish deck list thing that populates some prices. I know they're not the best prices, uh, but for me, it's tended to pan out relatively well, and I was very surprised that this Coven Counters deck was at $20 because it was one of five decks that had stock that was $20, and I thought like the lowest, like, as I was saying, uh, would be like, and this $20 was on face-to-face games, which usually doesn't have the greatest pricing, but uh, it's just what it is. So they have some really good sales sometimes, so you kind of just have to wait it out. So, so I didn't even remember what was in this Coven Counters deck. The other two other decks were the Merciless Rage and the Faceless Menace from Commander 2019. Uh, I did a little video on the Faceless Menace, hoping that I could get some at 25 come the sale. But they were they were put at $20, which seems very low. So, and then two from the Strixhaven. So, with this uh, Coven Counters deck, I was kind of thinking, okay, well, it can't be really that bad, can it? And it kind of is for value wise. I don't know how it plays, but the value is kind of not the greatest. So you have three cards over a couple bucks and nine cards over $1, roughly. And nothing too exciting. Like, it's just like when Eternal Witness is the best card for value, or one of the top cards out of a commander deck. It's very meh. Um, so yeah, I won't be breaking any of these down for value, um, unless I find them really cheap. But even $20 doesn't excite me. Um, as for Merciless Rage, I was kind of surprised. Yeah, I get one of each of the decks out to show you which one it is, but I apparently don't have some of them out. So that is kind of a unfortunate thing. So for Merciless Rage, again, there was like 3 cards over $2, but at least you get like a couple unique cards that are at least usable. Like you got a Bone Miser, a Crick, and a Curse of Doom Fool. But and you got 8 cards over $1. So you're pushing towards your almost your $20 with your like just over $1 cards. So at least that's like a more reasonable buy-in if you want to just strip it for parts. Faceless Menace, I was ecstatic to see, but then they're all now gone. So like getting a Seedborn Muse and a few other cards that are over a couple dollars. And then a handful of just the staple like Sultai, commons, uncommons that hold like that dollar value, like just $1, just over $1. So like the value can add up pretty good, and a lot of those cards are like very easy to just put in other decks, or like you can always use a Bajuka Bog or attempt with Discovery, or like a Thespian, extra Thespian Sage, or Secure Tribe Elder, or Farseek don't really like aren't something you're sad about seeing, or a Reliquary Tower. So I wasn't surprised that those sold out. I was really surprised that the Strixhaven had 2 decks getting blown out at $20, and so the Silver Quill and the Wither Bloom were at $20, which seemed very, very cheap. And then the Quandarix was at 25. The Prismari was at 30, but it got wiped out. And the Lorehold, which is like the best value deck in that set, was 40. So I'm probably going to want to pick up some more Lorehold decks because they have like very good, just a bunch of higher, well, not really high-end cards, but like a couple really good new cards and some very good reprints. So for the Silver Quill deck, there's 5 cards that push towards almost $20, and 16 cards over $1. So you're almost at $32. So like you got Cunning Rhetoric and Inkshield, and like even like Stinging Contract. A bunch of the new cards. I find in the Strixhaven decks, the new cards are the ones that have held some pretty good value. So I'm probably going to pick up some more Silver Quill decks because, like, I think that it's a pretty good deal with the Wither. I was excited to see the Wither Bloom, but then I realized it's not as good as the Silver Quill. But it is still like not too bad. You got like 5 cards over a couple dollars, and then 15 over like that $1 cutoff. So again, you're in this one. You're led with Alhamra's Archive, which I'm actually kind of surprised it's around, they say around $6, but so you also got like Pest Infestation, which is Clinic. You got some other reprints with like Vencer's Journal and Well Lost Dreams that clock in around $2. And then some like other like you got the Vainwitch Coven and Blight Mound and Blossoming Bog Beast that like might actually like once they get discovered. I think that's like part of the thing. Like some of the new cards, it takes a little bit to get discovered. Some of them, it's just known right away. So like with the Lord Hold deck, you have it was like $40, which I think at least for me looking at it, seems like a good value. Because you got the Archaeomancer's map as the big chase card in the Lord Hold deck. You also have like the Layla, the Blade Reforged, Monologue Tax, Curse Mirror as the other like better reprints. So for for the Lorehold deck, you got 6 cards over $2, totaling $39, which seems ridiculous, and 16 cards totaling 51. So like it drops right off after those like 6 cards that are the better ones. So it's like 6 really good cards, and then just like dollar cards, and then just bulkish cards. So and it is the most expensive one, so it's kind of like I'm debating, is it worth getting 2 of the weaker ones, like 2 of the lesser ones instead of the one better one? But I guess I'll have to think it through. The Quandarix deck, I was actually surprised it was getting blown out at 25. You get like 6 cards that are over $2 for a total of like 18ish, and then 18 cards that are over $1 for around 33. And it's just like you get a lot of some new cards, and then a bunch of value Simic cards that are just reprinted a bunch, but still hold some value. The Prismari deck was 30. I think it sold out even. It's kind of top heavy-ish with 4 cards at over $2, so 17, but 18 over $1, totaling around 35. Well, almost 36. So you have the Veyron, Voice of Duality, and as the most expensive card. And then you get Expressive Iteration, which surprises me that it's as much as it is, because it's just uncommon in Strixhaven, and then it's in this Commander deck as well. And then you get like some reprints that, I don't know, it's just hard to tell. Like, are these... It's just not... They have value, but they're just not, like... I don't mind having an extra Blasphemous Act, but I'm not really super excited. You get your Soul Ring, your Arcane Signet. Like, Brass's Bounty surprises me at how much it is. Like, Reliquary Tower surprises me at how much it is, like, over a couple dollars. Still. And even the Reliquary Tower has, like, some decent buy lists sometimes, like over $1. which is actually not terrible for a very like lower value card. Like sometimes it's like 50-60% value, which a lot of the time you get like 20 to 30 or percent value on like some of the really bad lower end cards. So the other thing I was considering was even just buying a bunch of sets of Strixhaven Commander, because 130 is pretty reasonable. Like at least in Canada, it's reasonable. So there is some decent value across the whole set. Like if you combined it all together at 26 cards over $2 for 110, and 83 over $1 for 182. So that might be the way I go, just because it's just easier. Probably getting some Lorehold decks and a bunch of sets is my targets, though I might get tempted on those silver quills at $20. So I don't know if this would be was helpful to anyone. If you could let me know. Just figured I was doing this, looking at these decks because of this is the kind of like analysis that I look at if I like want to buy some decks to bust and try and like accrue a little bit of value with some trade-ins that I've already done. So like if I find that the Commander product is a decent way to grind up a little bit of value and also get some cards for some decks that you're looking to play. So it can be very good way to gain some value in an overall sense. So I guess long story short, I'm looking to buy some Strixhaven Commander and I'll be probably buying a bunch of those. This week, so I will not be buying any Coven counters though. Not for me, not right now. So if you ended up watching this long, I thank you for spending your time and doing that. I appreciate that you would listen to me ramble incoherently probably for this long. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and I hope that this was somewhat helpful, or at least would might give you a reason to think of like checking some of the decks that are kind of just not loved, or the unwanted decks are sometimes a good value proposition. So thanks again for watching, and hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care, and see you next time. Bye.